is organization. So basically, generally in organization, we are not going to have only one account. We are not going to have only one account. We are going to have multiple accounts. You might get it out. Why we need multiple accounts? So for easy management and some environment, more users required access. Some environment, some access for some users, some limited access. For production environment, restricted access. Who really required, we are going to provide access to them only. So how we are going to manage these accounts in real organizations? Bit difficult when coming to payment. For example, every month bill generates, right? So are we going to log into each and every account and are we going to pay the bill? So if it is a very small product or product based one and all, hardly you're going to have 5 or 6 AWS accounts. But what if it is a service based project or service based companies, they provide service to a lot of clients. For example, in my previous project, right? So I worked in Infosys, right? So there we have around 120 AWS accounts. 120 AWS accounts we manage. Okay. So the reason is we have multiple clients and every client have around 3 to 4 AWS accounts. So the common ones in one is dev environment. Second one is SQA environment. Third is UAT. Fourth one is production. These four are very standard. On top of this, we are going to have an account called sandbox account. Or technically, you can even call it as a training account. Okay. So the initial trying errors, all those things you want to learn, you want to explore any new service, or if client want to give a try with some of the service, what they will do, they will go with the dev account, training account. So training account, the name only is telling it's just a training account. So now the initial development, okay, fine. You tested, so okay, you felt comfortable with one of the AWS service. You decided to go with that specific service. Okay. So initial development will happen in dev account. Dev means development. So in common terminology, we call it as a dev. You also get habituated to it. So first, our application will be in dev account. Our application will be in dev account. So fine, in dev account, developer will have more access. No limitations, nothing. They want to give a try, this, that, and all. We'll give almost all service access here. So then once the initial development is happened, so then we will move it to SQA account, quality assurance. So now deployment and testing team will come. So whatever application they developed in dev, so it will not, we need to move it to SQA or automation will happen. Okay. So the code or that application will come to SQA. Okay. So once it came to SQA, so the testing team will come. They will do all the testings load testing or performance testing. So when any real load is coming, so how exactly it behave, any errors, unit testing, they will do all the testings here. Once they say okay, so then we move that to UAT account. UAT means user acceptance test, right? So SQA means software quality assurance. So we'll move it to UAT. So UAT is like a pre-prod in simple. For movies, we'll do pre-release function, right? So release, but pre-release. So it is pre-prod. Okay. So this UAT, technically, it's a pre-prod. How exactly that application might behaves in prod, basically similar to production, we will create an environment here. Okay. So we will test that, how client is going to access, how it will behave. Even we'll provide access to client also. We'll ask them to play around and find an issue before moving it to production. The client will connect to UAT environment and they will do all the testing. If they are not able to get connect, they will ask us, we'll fix it. And we are going to get list of issues we might get whenever it is moved to production. So once it is in production, then once it is we tested and we are good with all the bug fixes and everything, so then we will move it to prod. Okay, so then we will move it to production environment. So then the client, the actual data we will inject or actual process will happen. Till here, we will do with sample data and all. So most of the times we are going to we'll take similar to sample data and we will do the testings and all those things, but not the real data. Real data or real application will deliver from production environment. Now you take any client, we require this 5 AWS accounts, right? Okay. So in enterprise level, along with these 5 accounts, we are going to have 2 or 3 more accounts. Those are management accounts. First, AWS organization account. Okay. So then logging account. Logging account. So then network or security account. Security account. And sometimes we even call it as a shared services account. If you want to share some resource across multiple accounts, we will do that from here. Subnet sharing, network sharing, firewall sharings, or data. If it want to go outside of your entire AWS environment to on-premise, we will take this as a landing zone account and we will do that. Okay. So this logging account, you know this. You remember CloudTrail. Whenever we discuss CloudTrail, I gave one example. Like if any external auditor comes, he need access on 10 AWS accounts. Okay, he just need logs, nothing more. He need to get access to the logs, nothing more. So we will create a dedicated AWS account. All the logs of these AWS accounts. For example, you have 2 clients, so you need 2, right? So technically, you are managing 10 environments now. So all these 10 environment logs we are going to store here. Simply enable CloudTrail. When you enable CloudTrail, there is an option. Enable logging for all accounts in this organization. Okay. All 10 AWS account logs will store into that specific AWS account. So then organization account. So whatever the account you are using to manage all these AWS accounts, technically we call that as an organization account. Okay. So now you might get a doubt. Hey Avinash, client 1 have 5 AWS accounts. Now, do I need to create an IAM user in each and every AWS account? Do I need to create an IAM user in each and every AWS account? And the client, he need to maintain 5 passwords. Same password you will set up, but sometimes you will one is expired and you will access one first, one later. So you really need to maintain 5 passwords? Bit difficult, right? So along with this organization, we can enable an option called SS4, single sign-on. Single sign-on, a single login page. So you are going to have only one username and password. Okay. Once you log into that by using that username and password, you can see how many AWS accounts allocated. For example, if I'm the AWS administrator, I want to manage all these 13 AWS accounts. So what I can do, I can allocate all the 13 AWS accounts to my user ID. For example, he is there or Rakesh is there. So Rakesh want access only on his 5 AWS accounts. Okay. So we can create a username. So he also log in with the same username. But what happened, once he log in, he cannot see all 13 accounts just like my user ID. He can see his only allocated AWS accounts. Okay. So single page, we can log into multiple AWS accounts. Again, the prerequisite is if you want to use that SS4, you first need to enable organization in one of the AWS account. And another advantage with this organization is all these AWS account will generate and it reflects here in organization account. If I want to pay the bill, I no need to log into each and every account. I can simply log into organization account, pay, bill, get invoice for each and every account, or consolidated invoice also we can get. Okay, so management happening. So now similar way, if you have 20 accounts also no issue. What account required? You create an AWS account, and even account creation also doesn't require all those steps now. Once you enable AWS organization, if you want to create a new AWS account, it's going to be very, very simple. Just click on create account, give your name, account name, email address. Okay. Then click on create. Automatically new account will create. No need to address verification, phone number verification. Those are not really required if you are depending on AWS organization. Or somehow you already have an AWS account. So you have created that as an individual one. Later you came to know about this AWS organization. So you want to add that AWS organization to that another AWS account to this organization. So in that scenario, you can invite an existing account. That is what I'm going to do. So here, if you observe, this is what my AWS account. This is what my AWS account. Okay. AWS organization enable is very, very easy. Just click one button. So it just looks like this. If you don't enable AWS organization, go to this AWS organization. You see here, create an organization. That's it. Just one click. Nothing. No steps involved. Just click this. Okay, AWS organization is going to be enabled. So I already enabled that in my AWS account. AWS organizations. So now what I'm going to do is, I have Rakesh AWS account here with me. Okay, he shared his credentials. Right. So I'm going to add Rakesh account to my organization. So when we enable this organization, right, by defaultly, it creates a root. This is a root account and technically organization account or management account. Organization account or management account or root account, all three are same. Don't combine that root user and root account, okay? Right. So here, my account, you see here, next to my account, there is a label, management account. I have not given that. I have not given that. Why? Because, so in this AWS account, I have enabled organization, so it came automatically. Now, I can add member accounts to this management account. This is the master. Then I can add member account. So if you want to maintain group wise also, we have a concept called OU, organizational unit. Create a OU client 1, add all his accounts. Client 2, another OU, add all his accounts. Okay. So that if you want to maintain, you can do that. So now let's quickly invite Rakesh account. Click on add an AWS account. To my organization, I'm adding an AWS account. So first option, create an AWS account. If you want to create a brand new AWS account name, email address, it uses this IAM role if you want to log into. You see here, are we setting any username and password to log into that account? So you can use switch role process. Okay, just scroll down, create an AWS account. That's it, you will get an AWS account. Why AWS is giving that much easily without credit card and all? Your organization account, your management account already have. Address is already verified, phone number already verified, credit card information already added. So that's the reason. And that too, we are adding to organization. Bill will generate to my organization account. That's the reason they don't ask you any other things. Okay. Somehow we already have an AWS account, right? So I'm inviting an existing AWS account. So what is the account ID, 12-digit AWS account ID, or email, the root email, the email we used to create that another AWS account. Okay, so this is the email address of Rakesh. I'm entering that here. Okay, so I can send a message if I want to. I can send a message, okay? Invitation from Avinash to join his organization. Right, then send invitation. Now it's in has and whether he's okay to join to my organization or not. Okay, so if you want to see all the invitations, go to invitations, and here you can see we have sent an invitation, it is open. Okay, for previous batch, like Naresh shared his credentials, so we discussed it. He accepted. Right now, go back here, give a refresh, go to invitations. You see, invitation from Avinash. We should get an email here also. Updates, no reply. Move it to primary. You see here, invitation to join an organization. So if he really okay to join to my organization, so then he need to accept. From here also we can accept. Accept invitation. Okay. So now this AWS account, billing, management, everything is in my hand. Okay. Don't think I'll pay your bill. You need to pay yours. Right. So here, now if we go to this AWS account and if we give a refresh, along with that management account, you see Rakesh account also reflected here. And if we even manually navigate to bills, if we navigate to billing dashboard, bill details by account. So currently it is showing only one account, right? So by tomorrow, it is going to show his account also. His account, if we expand, it will show what are the services he is using, which service is costed, and what is the final billing, everything it will show here. We just added now, it will definitely take some time to reflect that here. Okay, so now we have added, so then fine. So one important thing, whoever logs into this Rakesh account, whoever logs into this Rakesh account, I don't want them to perform some operations. Whoever, instead of managing permissions at IAM user level or SS4 user level, at account level itself, I can create a policy and I can apply that policy at account level itself. Whoever logs in, they cannot do that. Why? Because you're applying at account level, a restriction. You're applying at account level only. Okay. So technically, we call that as a SCP, Service Control Policy. And this is a repeated certification question. Repeated certification question. In AWS organization, or if you have multiple AWS accounts, so how we can manage permissions, or he will give a scenario based thing. So you have a client, so the client have a requirement, whoever logs into their AWS account, so that they should not touch any S3 bucket. No one, he's okay to give read-only access. No one should able to delete an S3 bucket in that AWS account. He's saying it is an organization, and he's saying whoever logs into that AWS account, that should not happen except root user. Except root user. Okay. So now we can go to this AWS account and we can apply a policy here. So currently, what is the policy? Full AWS access. Whoever is able to log in, they will get. So now you can click on attach. You see here, what is this policy name? Service control policy. The name is important. Remember that name. So click on attach. Again, create a policy. Policy name. Okay. Denny S3. What tags you want to give, what policy you want to give. Right. Create a policy and associate it. Just even you can use policy generator, IAM policy only. Use IAM policy generator, copy and paste it here, apply. Okay. So at account level, the management happened with an option called SCP. Okay. So that is AWS organization. Similar way, I can add multiple AWS accounts here. So if you are okay to give your 12-digit AWS account ID, I can send an invitation. You accept the invitation, that account will come here. Okay. Pretty simple process. Now, this is AWS organization. Clear with organization? Any complex things? No, right? So now, whatever the accounts you are adding to this AWS organization, we can, these resource automatically reflects in our SSO console. Single sign-on. Maybe my assumption is after an year, after a year or two, AWS stopped supporting IAM. They will automatically enforce us to go with the SSO only. Even if you search SSO, they have renamed IAM Identity Center. Successor to AWS Single Sign-On. So for previous batch also, the name is Single Sign-On only. But now they're calling it as a IAM Identity Center. So future, definitely they will stop IAM. All users and everything we need to create in SSO. And in organizations, yes, we use SSO. In organizations, we use SSO. Why? Because we are going to have multiple accounts. Okay. So that's the reason I told one thing. Whoever want to add some experience to your profile, spend some time and get familiar with the service. It is important. So let's navigate to SSO. Whatever the accounts added to this AWS organization, that will reflect to SSO automatically. So I have added Rakesh account here. So that Rakesh account automatically reflects here. In left pane, just observe, there is an option here, AWS accounts. When I go to AWS accounts, this is my account, okay? The below one is Rakesh account. Below one is Rakesh account. So as I added an organization, reflected here. If I add one more, that automatically comes here. Fine, accounts are here, but users, we don't have any users in AWS Identity Center now. So navigate to users, click on add user. Okay, but before that, what is the URL, sign in URL? So I told you we are going to have a single sign on. So we can access that by using username and password, right? So how we can access that page? So that when you go to settings, here you can find, so what is the AWS Access Portal URL? Currently, the source is identity is Identity Center directory, SSO directory. With the help of password, we are doing it. And you see here, this is a URL and we can customize it only once. Okay, so I already customized it. This is my sign-in URL to my AWS organization. Okay, so if I log into this URL now, it won't show anything. But first of all, to log into this URL, this is a URL, guys. If you enter this in a browser, it will ask for a username and password. But do we have any user in an IAM Identity Center? SSO is easy to pronounce, right? IAM Identity Center is a bit difficult. I'll call it as a SSO. Okay, so we need to create a user in SSO. That username and password we need to pass here. Then we will log in. Okay, let's create a user now. Navigate to users. Click on add user. And username, I'm going to call this user as Rakesh. Okay, so Now, how I'm going to share the information to Rakesh? I'm asking him to log in to sign in and all. So send an email to this user with password setup instructions. No temporary password, nothing. He can set up the password. Generate a one-time password and you share that password. He can give username and that one-time password and he can set up a new password and he can log in. Okay. So send an email or anything is fine. And now we need to give Rakesh email address here. I'm giving that email address here. Confirm email address. First name, Rakesh. Last name, Rocky. Right. So if I want to add any contact methods and all, job related information and all, I can add that here. Then click on next. Now, do you want to add this user to a group? No, I'm not adding to any group now. Just scroll down, click on add user. So now you see here, this is information. I need to pass this information. Why? Because I selected the first option, right? Now, this is a URL. This is what his username and this is what his one-time password. Now what Rakesh need to do? He need to, I'll use different browser this time, okay? Why? Because one browser support one session at a time. So I have given that SS4 URL and it is asking for username. The username is Rakesh, right? And it is asking me to enter the password. I'm entering the password. Click on sign in. Okay. So it is asking, okay, set a new password. Right. So I'm going to set a new password. Someone remember that, please. Okay. So once I logged into that SS4, what it is saying, you do not have any application. Why? Because I created a user in SS4. He is able to log into SS4 successfully. But did I allocated any AWS accounts to him? No, I have not allocated. So similar way, I can create another user. I can go to users, add user. I'm creating another user called Avinash and I'm giving my email address here. Right. So now I have created a user called Avinash and he will get a notification. You see here. So now you need to accept the invitation. Once he accepts the invitation, so then it will enforce him to set a password. Okay. So user account was successfully created and we logged in here. And for this user also no account allocated yet. So even if he logins also, nothing happens. Okay. Right. So we created two users. Now what happened? I want to allocate Avinash account to Avinash user, Rakesh account to Rakesh user. Here so far, any confusion? No confusion, right? Okay. Now, my requirement is I want to allocate Avinash account to Avinash user, Rakesh account to Rakesh user. So if Avinash logged into his AWS account, what permissions he should get? Full access, read-only access, S3 access. All IAM policies are there, right? We can provide that access here. And when Rakesh logs into his AWS account, what permission he should get? That is his own AWS account. I'm going to give full access. Okay. When Avinash logs into Avinash account, he will get full access. When Rakesh logs into Rakesh account, he will get full access. Now, When Avinash logs into Rakesh account, I want to give only S3 access. Vice versa, when Rakesh logs into Avinash account, he should get only read-only access on some S3 or any other service. Okay. So now Rakesh need two account accesses, right? He need Avinash account access, Rakesh account access. In Avinash account, only S3 read-only, on Rakesh account, full access. Clear with the scenario which I'm going to do? So now how many policies we required? One is full access or administrator access policy. One is read-only policy or S3, only S3 policy and all. So we can go to permission sets. The policies we are going to allocate it to a component called permission set. Okay, so click on permission set. Okay, these all are available. Let me clear this. Couple of, I'll delete. Okay, so now we don't have any permission sets. Only one permission set is available. That is administrator access. You cannot delete it. Okay. So have that administrator access. Now create permission set. While creating permission set, we need to define the policy. So click on create permission set. So you want to go with the predefined permission set where AWS is giving some policies, right? Administrator policy, billing, database administrator. So the job function policy, IAM job function policies are there, right? So you can give that. Otherwise, you can simply go to custom permission set, click on next, AWS managed policy or customer created policy or one-time usage policy like an inline policy or permission boundary. So now I'm going to set AWS managed policy. So I'm going to create a policy for S3 read-only access. I'm creating a permission boundary. For that permission, I'm creating a policy set. Sorry, I'm creating a policy set. That policy set, permission set have S3 read-only access policy. Click on next. Give a name. AWS 900 S3 read-only is a name I am giving. So once we log in with this permission set, right? For how much duration the session is going to active? The session duration. Session duration is 1 hour, or you can give 2 hours. So after 1 hour, signs out automatically. So the mechanism here is AWS is going to generate a session token. That session token will expire for every 1 hour. Once you log into your AWS account, you're working. Okay. But after 1 hour, it signs out. You need to give a refresh at least. Okay. So that session duration you can define. Generally, we set it as a 4 hours, guys. 1 hour is too aggressive. So we set it as a 4 hours. So then click on next. This is a review screen. Then click on create. We just created a permission set. We have not added yet. I want to create another permission set. Create permission set. Custom permission set. AWS managed policy. Okay. Let's go with the administrator. Then predefined permission set, administrator access. Click on next. What name you want to give? AWS 900 permission set, administrator access. This is the name I'm giving. Session duration 1 hour or 4 hours. Scroll down, create. Now what happened? We have two permission set. So the logic is very simple. For whatever the user, if I allocate this permission set, whenever they logs in, they can access only S3 read only. For whatever the user, if I allocate this administrator, they can access only that particular account and with admin permissions. Okay, created two permission set. So if you make this session as a step by step, step one, enable organization. Step two, create an account or invite an existing account. That is step two. Step three, go back to identity center, enable identity center or SSO. Step four, create permissions. Step four, create users. Create two users or three users. Step five, create permission sets. Step six, allocate permission sets to accounts as well as users. That's a 6 steps process. Now let's go to AWS accounts. So now earlier, if you observe here, is Rakesh having access to any of the AWS accounts? You see here, it's saying you do not have any applications. Now I'm taking Rakesh account, users and groups, assign users and groups. See, now I'm under Rakesh account, okay? Click on assign users or groups. What user you want to allocate? Rakesh. Click on next. When Rakesh is logging to this AWS account, what permission he should get? Okay, he should get administrator access. Why? Because that's his own AWS account. Then click on next, then submit. Okay, just some time back, it's shown you do not have any applications. Okay, now give a refresh. You see, it is showing one account. If I expand this one account, it is showing his own AWS account. If I click here, whatever the permission set I have allocated, it is showing here. So now, if this user want to log into this Rakesh account, click on management console, he logged into that account. And we have given administrator access, right? He can access any service in this AWS account. Okay, fine. Now, to the Rakesh user, I want to allocate Avinash account access. Now going to this production account, assign users or groups. I'm selecting same Rakesh user. Click on next. This time I'm giving S3 read only access. Then click on next and submit. Now, if you go back to this Rakesh user, if we give a refresh, now how many accounts it is showing? 2 accounts. If we expand this, it is showing 2 accounts. If you expand this production account, what it is showing? S3 read only access. If we click on management console, then he logs into that production account that is owned by Avinash. Okay. So now same username and password is accessing 2 accounts. Right? Now just go to this console and let's see. This user is now going to S3. Okay. So is he able to see all the S3 buckets? Yes. As a what user we are working now? You see here, as a Rakesh user, we are working. Top right corner. We logged in with S3 read only permission set as a Rakesh user. Can he delete an existing bucket? Can he make it empty? Go here. Try to perform some operation. When he's trying to do, giving an error. So he's not able to. Not only that, even if we try to create a bucket, so giving some random ID. Hope no one created a bucket with that name. You see here, access denied. So he's not able to perform anything. So he's able to view S3 and all. If we go to EC2 and all, can he view that resources? You see? No. Why? Because the Rakesh logged in with a permission set that allow him to perform S3 read-only activities. And it is working. Now, similar way. Now, let's go to this Avinash user and allocate full access on Avinash account, allocate S3 read-only access on Rakesh account. So, go to accounts, select this account. Currently, only Rakesh is there. He has S3 only. Assign users or groups, selecting Avinash, click on next, administrator access, click on next, submit. Okay, so now if we log in as Avinash user, we will get this account. And similar way, I want to provide access to another account. So we can go to Rakesh account. Here I am assigning Avinash user and I am providing S3 read-only access. Click on next, submit. Now I want to log in as Avinash user and I want to verify this. So let me sign out. Sign out. So now I'm logging as Avinash user. You see, I'm able to see two accounts. On my account, I have full access. On Rakesh account, I have read-only access. So you got the SS4 mechanism. So you create user. How many accounts you have now? Is it a big thing to manage? If you have 50 users, 50 accounts, 100 accounts, not a big thing to manage. So all you need is, you need to create permission sets. What user should get access on, like, on what particular account, what access he should get, so that we can. Okay. Yeah, that is a mechanism of AWS Identity Center. Any questions on this?
So this is the payment is the separate account or master account we need to pay?
So when coming to payment, or you mean bill, right? The bill for accounts. Can you repeat that question?
So it's the payment for the master account or only separate account has to pay for each and every users?
No. Like, in whatever the account you have enabled AWS organization, your billing will generate there. Okay. So in an organization, we use a dedicated account for this. The reason is, so billing team will do the payment and all. So we don't run any resource in AWS organization account. We'll use it for billing purpose, adding new account, removing account. So we'll provide that payment permissions to accounting department. So they will do the billing and all. They will get invoices from AWS and all. So we'll use a dedicated account for enabling AWS organization. Even if you observe this document, you see here a dedicated account for organization. For logging, a dedicated account. Now I have multiple accounts, right? So I want to enable logging for all the accounts. Then simply what I can do, I can go to management account. I can add an AWS account to this organization. So then I can create a trail. I can go to the trails page. When you're creating a trail, now enable for all accounts in this organization. Now what happened? Whatever the organization this account is added to, all those organization accounts, logs will store inside this S3 bucket that creates the same AWS account. Okay. So this we do in dedicated account. Technically, we call it as a logging account. Okay. Yeah. So that answers your question?
Yes.
The difference between IAM and these accounts?
IAM is limited to only one particular account. But here, one username and password, we are roaming across multiple AWS accounts. That is the first thing. Centralized billing is not possible if you are depending only on IAM. If you are depending on organization along with SS4, it is possible. Account level management also we can with the help of SCPs. So it just, if your organization have around 2 accounts or 3 accounts, you can depend on IAM. But if your account count is huge. So then for easy management purpose, we can go with this. But again, end of the day, if you observe, we are using IAM policies only. You can go with the AWS managed job function policies, customer managed policies, inline policies, same IAM policies only we are using. But what is the advantage we are going to get? Bit additional features we are getting, additional options we are getting for easy management purpose. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Any other questions?
Sir, good morning, sir.
One second. Yeah, please go ahead.
Sorry for the asking this one, actually.
1 second, sir. I'm taking a question from classroom, then I'll take your question. Yeah.
Yeah, regarding that class question only, sir. Actually, I'm working some non-technical.
Sir, okay. One second. Okay.
Actually, that your Slack channel, actually, yesterday night I planned to log in, sir.
Okay.
అదేం చూపిస్తుంది అంటే దిస్ లింక్ ఇస్ లో లాంగ్ యాక్టివ్ అని చూపిస్తుంది సార్.
No. I didn't get you. You're not able to log into Slack or?
Yes, sir. Exactly, sir. I went
to just do one thing. What exactly error you're getting? Drop an email to this. I'll take some time and I'll go through this.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, the link is working. If you don't have that link, the Slack link,
no, sir,
here I'm generate.
Yes, sir. I went to your DevOps actually. There I took for that link actually, but that showing the link is no longer active and చూపిస్తానే ఉంది సార్. నేను more than half an hour try చేశాను.
Just share that error. I mean, I'm not able to get what exactly you're saying. Even now, you take a screenshot and you try to share. I'll pick that immediately.
Okay, sir. Where I can pass the link, your link?
No, sir. I gave my email, right?
Yes, sir. I will pass that link to your mail, yes, sir. Please check and let me know, sir. If any correction is there, please correct and tell me. I will do and access all.
Sir, you're trying to register to the DevOps course and you're not able to do, or you're not able to log into Slack, or
not able to log in Slack, sir.
You're not able to log into Slack. Okay, so then use this link. I'm giving you a link now. Okay, I'm posting link in our chat box. Just try to sign up now itself. Okay, and tell me what exactly error it is giving. Okay. So I posted that link in our chat box, copy paste to your local and just try to use that link. Okay.
Yeah, this came continue with Google or Apple or email, sir?
Google.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Avinash?
Yeah. Okay, I already shared that in our Slack channel. So I hope you all part of Slack, right? So if you observe, I already shared that book here in this Slack channel. So very long back itself, I have shared it. You see here, this is a book, AWS by Avinash. So you can download this book also. Here is a download option. So it's under OCT 2022. Okay. So you can even click here and it will show the pinned channels and all. So the pinned options. So just download it to your local. This is a book.
Avinash, sometime EC2 server when I created, right? So when I try to connect this one via EC2 user, the server refused our key. Sometimes error is got.
Okay, server refused key. That means basically it's a problem with the key pair you associated.
Okay, so key pair I generated and same I creating a PEM file, PPK file, PEM file to PPK file, and those file only I'm using. Then only it is getting error sometime. Sometimes now I'm getting the same error.
Okay, now you are getting same error. Can you share your screen? We can troubleshoot it if you are okay.
Okay. Sure, sure.
Yeah. So, okay, they have not given
Actually, yeah,
permission to
permission.
it.
First disabled screen sharing.
Okay, just share that images over Slack. I'll pick that.
Okay, okay, Avinash,
Yeah.
I will share.
Please go ahead with your question.
Hi, Avinash.
Manual. Most of the times we do it manually. Yeah, we do manually only. Yes, it's easy. Yeah, yeah. Please go ahead.
How the evaluation of policy SCP and IAM policy is happened?
Okay, so if you observe this SCP and IAM permission set policies, the first primary principle is Denny always have highest priority. Denny means Denny. Okay, so if you observe the service control policy applicable at account level, okay, and the permission set applicable at user level. So among these, for example, at account level it is blocked and user level is allowed. Now, which one is going to take effect? Account level it is blocked, user level it is allowed. So obviously it will block.
Account level.
Yeah. So if it is blocked at S3 level but allowed at account level, now what happened?
Delete.
Till it blocks. Why? Because at one level it is blocking, right? If it allowed at two levels,
It's
if it is allowed at two level, it is allow. If it is allowed at one level, denied at another level, either it is account or user, it denies. If it denies at two level, obviously denies. So deny will always have highest priority, and evaluation, right? Account one, highest priority. For example, sometimes what happened? Account level, we gave S3 access. User level, we gave S3 read only access. Now what happened? Account level will have highest priority first, the evaluation. Then it will come to second evaluation. So the user level will take. So the user will get account level permissions.
okay. Thank you.
ఇక్కడ సార్
Yes, please.
సార్ లాగిన్ అయ్యాను
Okay.
వెబ్సైట్ లో యాక్చువల్లీ ఛానల్స్ ఏడబ్ల్యూఎస్ అప్డేట్స్ కామన్ ప్లాట్ఫామ్ బ్రౌజ్ ఛానల్స్
Yes. So do one thing, just go to channels. ఈ channels పక్కన ప్లస్ సింబల్ ఉంది చూసారు?
ఎస్ సార్
Click on that add channels. Click on browse channels. Click on browse channels. So then search for OCT 2022. October. OCT means OCT 20, no space, nothing. 2022. Then enter. You found something?
Join channel.
Yes. So everything is available there.
So after the course also is this channel work, sir?
Yes, after course also this will work. Even later also you can post your questions here and I'll respond to your questions.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
సార్ ఆ ఇంటర్వ్యూ క్వశ్చన్స్ కూడా కొంచెం షేర్ చేయండి సార్ ఫ్రీగా ఉన్నప్పుడు.
I will share everything. Don't you don't need to worry about those things. So first, just give me a day. I'm going to share everything.
Okay.
I'm going to share everything. So Srinivaslu, you have joined to the Slack, but you have not joined to October 2022.
జాయిన్ సార్ జాయిన్ ఛానల్ యాక్చువల్లీ పెట్టాను సార్. ఇంకేం పెట్టాను సార్?
No, it will show here. So just try to join there and it should mention here. All right. Yeah. Yeah, material I will share it tomorrow and I'll talk about that. And GitHub, yeah, as I told you, is bit. So, uh, so meanwhile, you guys go through this first thing. And for today, go through some videos. So it's not a so important one, but it's good to have knowledge on those topics. Okay, so those videos I added here. First of all, what exactly gateway storage gateway is, how to configure for hybrid environment. Your organization already have an environment, they're using AWS environment. How you want to case the data. So that steps explained here. Why I cannot demonstrate here? I need to have VMware, vCenter, vSphere. I cannot demonstrate it here. Okay. The second one is how we can create custom CloudWatch metrics. You remember with the help of CloudWatch, we can monitor CPU, we can monitor network, we can monitor disk, but we cannot monitor one memory. We cannot monitor memory. So if you want to monitor memory, or if you have some logs in an EC2 instance, how you can get the logs to AWS console, that is explained here. And there is a small video on global accelerator. You can share your load balancer or you can run across multiple geographical locations. So how that happens? Global accelerator. So then these three videos are related to AWS directory services. Active Directory, how to configure Active Directory in AWS. I'll share one document on what is Active Directory and all. You will get a clarity on that. So how to manage that. If you already have an Active Directory in on-premise, how you can integrate that with AWS? And then if you have a Linux instance, how you can add it to Active Directory. So these three videos will help you to talk about Active Directory. Okay. And this is switch role. I already gave this as a task and I'm not sure whether you guys did this or not. When we discussed roles, I gave a task. Okay. So if you haven't performed, refer this video. And this link I'll talk. And there is a program happening from AWS, guys. So that is a AWS digital badges. So AWS have some badges. Okay. For example, if you complete the storage path, it's a 12 hours. It's a 12 hours program where you need to complete that. Just drag and drop, click next, drag and drop, click next. So you need to do basic assessment actually. So it's kind of some questions you will get on storage options on AWS S3, all those. So if you have some time, go through that videos. So once you complete this, you can get such type of badges from AWS. So generally we have two types of badges. One is certification badge. Okay, so that you need to schedule a certification exam. You need to attend, you need to clear the certification exam. So then you are allowed to use that certified badge. So if you don't want to pay some amount, but you want to add such type of badges to your resume, so you need to create an account in Skill Builder. AWS Skill Builder is a web page. Sign up there, complete the 12 hours program, then do the assessment. You can add such type of badge to your resume. Okay, on resume, top right corner or left corner, you add such type of logo. It looks good. Yeah. Okay. So that is another thing. It's running now. The badges program is running now. So pick a learning path and get the badge. It's free to earn and share. But certification badges, yes, if it is a foundation, $100 plus tax, associate, $150 plus tax, it comes to $177 something. And if it is professional, $300 plus tax. If it is a specialist, $300 plus tax. Okay. So, but this is free. So you are showcasing that, like, you know in and out about the storage and all. Okay. So if you have time, I'll definitely recommend you to complete this and add this to your resumes. resume. I didn't get your question. ఆ లోగో తీస్తే రెజ్యూమ్ లో పెట్టుకుంటే అవ్వదా? అవుద్ది, బట్ okay. So basically, there is a website called Credly. So అదొక యూనిక్ నెంబర్ ఉంటుంది. ఆ నెంబర్ ఎంటర్ చేస్తే నువ్వు నిజంగా చేసావా లేదా చెప్పొచ్చు. నువ్వు లోగో పెట్టుకున్నావు, ఫైన్. నాలాంటి వాళ్ళు ఉన్నారు, ఓకే నీ ఐడి చెప్పు అని అన్నాను నేను. ఏం చేస్తావు? దొరికిపోతావు కదా. సో యా, you can take that, copy that logo and paste it without assessment also, but I don't recommend that. Official LinkedIn లో షేర్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. సో you can showcase. Basically certification job istada. No, certification won't give you any job. In Amirpet you can get certification in any manner. Okay, you pay money. Okay, you no need to even sit in front of computer also, you can get certification. There is a lot of ways. Okay, so but certification won't give you job. It just added weightage to your profile. For example, your profile came and another profile, both are shortlisted and they are in confusion which need to choose. One guy is certified, they will bend towards that profile little, not completely. Okay. So, Rakesh, I'm removing your AWS account from my organization. Here is an option, remove from organization. Okay. And the user I created, I'm deleting it. Don't try to log in. Okay. And also, I'm signing out from your email as well as your AWS account. Thanks for sharing that. Okay. Yeah. All right. Any questions?
సార్ ఇప్పుడు స్లాక్ లో జాయిన్ అయినాను కదా సార్, మళ్ళీ నెక్స్ట్ టైం మళ్ళీ లాగౌట్ అయ్యి మళ్ళీ లాగిన్ కావాలంటే సార్?
Just try once. You use that URL, just like, or else there is a URL. The space name is AWS with Avinash. Try to use that and you can log in. Like the browser, once you log in, it will be available. So it's AWS with Avinash. That's slack.com. So this is the URL if you want to join later. Okay. So I think you can see the URL, right? AWS with avinash.slack.com. Sign in with Google. So enter your Google information, the username and password, then you will log in automatically. Okay. This is a URL. Yeah. Okay.
జస్ట్ URL.
Sorry.
ఆ URL ని చార్ట్ లో బ్రౌజ్ చేయండి సార్, చార్ట్ లో పెట్టండి సార్.
Okay, Swami. Okay, I posted that in chat. Still, some of you guys not joined Slack. The problem is, I'm mentioning from so long time about the Slack and all. So after 2 days or 3 days, this course is going to complete. So later, you try to find, like, you try to join, the link may not work, or you need, some of you might contact Naresh Shetty, they don't respond. I'm only telling why, because I manage Slack. And you contact me, I may not respond sometimes. So it's just matter of 5 minutes to join to your Slack. Okay. And I'm sharing all the material there itself, right? So better to join. All right.